welcome to the Memory Lane 80s show on Spotlight TV. I'm Hayley Palmer. Really good to have you here with me today. Now, great news. We have got more 80s pop royalty with us today. Oh yes, it's Toyah Wilcox. And here is what happened when I caught up with her. Toyah, it's fantastic to have you on the show.
Hello, Hayley. It's so lovely to see you.
Oh, you too. You look lovely and bright and colourful today.
Well, I found it really important during lockdown and even in semi-out of lockdown to dress up.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
I've had I don't think I've even had one pyjama day. It's just literally I am going to get up and I'm going to wear my favourite clothes and I'm going to act as if the world is as normal.
Oh, I love this. Toyah, you'll be so ashamed of me. I've had a couple of pyjama days eating Doritos. Don't judge me. But anyway, I know you've been really busy in lockdown, haven't you?
This is a very weird and I hope not a distasteful thing to say, but lockdown's been really okay for me and my husband. We're both writers, so I've done about 5 children's books, which are just kind of silly nonsense rhymes things, which I've illustrated. I'm doing a solo album, and I get about 50 requests a day from people who just need G'ing up. And I have no problem with G'ing people up. I really love doing it. So it's been very busy, and it's helped me realise that I'm not ready to go back to gigs where I have to share the dressing room with my band. There's no toilet backstage and the stage is sticky with beer. I've realised, no, I'm going to go back into art centres and theatres and festivals. Yes. It's really helped me sort myself out.
Brilliant. Well, I've also been watching your YouTube channel as well. It's Toyah at Home, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, Toyah at Home every Saturday, which brings my music to the fans. And then on Sunday, what I started as a thing to keep my husband, Robert Fripp... Oh, I've got my glasses on. I'm going to take them off.
Oh,
forgive me.
No, I like it. I like it.
Do you like it? Should I keep them
yeah.
on?
Yeah, go for it.
This is a first. To keep my husband, Robert Fripp, who's a world-acclaimed guitarist, King Crimson, played with Bowie on Heroes and Scary Monsters, to keep him engaged with the outside world, we've been doing quite ridiculous dance videos, which he enjoys.
They're not ridiculous, they're brilliant, I've seen them.
Oh, good. So that's all on Toyah Official Facebook, and it's been very, very rewarding for all of us.
Just fabulous. Well, we're going to play out your first song, I Want to Be Free. Now, talk us through the lyrics. Is it right that you actually started writing this when you were 14 at school?
Yes, I'm severely dyslexic. You don't get over dyslexia, but what dyslexics are utterly brilliant at doing is bluffing their way, I think, to the top jobs in the world. Trump is probably dyslexic. He's definitely dyspraxic. So you've got wonderful artists. I think Gary Newman could possibly be dyslexic. We find a way of acting normal within the world. So at the age of 14, I realised I just should not be at school because the 3 R's were never going to work for me. I should have been at drama school or a music school. So in a maths lesson, I was just writing down these words. I don't want to go to school, don't want to be nobody's fool. I want to be me, I want to be free. And that's the birth of that song.
Wow, I love that. I think I was the same in maths as well. My parents always wanted me to get a C and I always got a D, so it's not good, Toyah. But brilliant, we're going to play out I Want to Be Free at top 10 in 1981. Here we go. Okay, now Toyah, I want to talk about how it all started for you, because I just look at you and I just think, wow, you're just born to be on stage. But it hasn't always been that way, has it?
Not really. I was born in Birmingham. My family never believed I could be in show business. I'm ridiculously small. And when I was young, I had a very pronounced limp because I had one leg longer than the other, which is now being corrected. It was corrected when I was 51 and I'm now 62.
Wow, so, you look amazing, by the way. We want to know your secret.
I've been through quite a lot. So movement and music as two related things mean a lot to me. Thus, I was born to be on stage. I was born to be a performer. I was very lucky that the head of Pebble Mill, which was where BBC was based during the Birmingham period from about, I think it was the 50s, 60s into the 70s. The head of that building said to my parents, "Your daughter is dyslexic. She is a star in the making. Get her out of normal school and put her in drama school." And he got me into a Birmingham drama school, and I never looked back. And within a year, I was the youngest member of the National Theatre in London. I was starring in a play with Warren Clarke, Kate Nelligan, and then I went on to work with Derek Jarman. I made a movie with Katharine Hepburn, directed by George Cukor, who directed Star is Born with Judy Garland. And then I ended up at these really high-end art places, ICA, the Royal Court Theatre. I had a fabulous beginning in acting, but all along I was developing my music because I realised that if I was going to become a singing superstar, I had to do it young. I couldn't leave it on the back burner as a hobby. I had to go for it hell for leather.
Yeah, because your voice is just incredible. It's almost operatic, isn't it?
I studied opera. Yeah, my school, even though I don't think I fitted into my school, taught ballet, which is why I went there, to help me with my disability, to give me balance and strength. It also taught music, which is the only O-level I got, and it taught me opera. So my first singing lessons, which I had 2 a week, were German and Italian opera.
God.
Yeah.
Wow, Toyah, you'd be so ashamed of me. I can't sing a note, honestly. I've tried on this programme before. Yeah. Maybe you could give me some lessons, Toyah. But you probably won't want to.
I don't believe people can't sing because people can express. So you may say you can't sing, but there is a form of music out there that you would fit.
Wow, I will take that. And then we're going to go into your next song, Thunder in the Mountains. I really feel like this is when you were bringing in the punk energy here, weren't you, Toyah?
Yes, totally bringing in the punk energy here. I had started my career in 1976, the very end of, into 77. So I was very much a punk rocker right through to 1980. And the majority of my audience was serious punk rockers. So I felt I needed to bring that energy with me into the new wave, into the new romantic, because my first international hit was 1981. So that's a long career before you have commercial success. So Thunder in the Mountains, I mean, it's all about pogoing. It's all about rebellion. So very much bringing punk into the 1980s.
Well, we love it. It's bringing back a lot of happy memories, I know, for our viewers. Here is Thunder in the Mountains, number 4 in 1981. Now, Toyah, we've got a question from one of our viewers, Simon. He wants to know, what's your favourite TV show that you've worked on? Because he's just been watching you on Invasion Planet Earth, and he said he really enjoyed it, and he said it was very well made.
Oh, that's so lovely. That was a crowd-funded movie. Yeah. And it was made for £60,000, and it just looks so good. And I love doing it. I did it as a favour to the director, Simon Cox, and I sang the outro song as well, which is an excellent song. So what's my favourite TV programme I've ever worked on? This is such a difficult question to answer because everything I do, I tend to love with a passion. Doing French and Saunders at the end of the 80s, singing Because the Night, with them on a huge wooden wheel in the background distracting me, was a joy. But I would say they are slightly pipped to the post when I did Kenny Everett.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
Kenny Everett. He was just a master. And you might be realising by now, if you've watched my clips on Sunday, is I love comedy. And I don't think I'm a stand-up comedian, but I think, or like to think, that I do have slightly good comic timing. So to be on Kenny Everett and to watch a master, wow, it was fabulous.
Fabulous, love that. And I want to know, have you ever recovered from your challenge on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? Because I was watching it last night and I was like, my goodness, you were brave.
Thank you. It was a pretty mean thing to do because they put me in a cesspit. But what they also did is they used a chemical that stayed on my skin for 5 days, and that chemical smelt of sewage. So they then put me back in the camp where no one would come near me. And what I experienced doing Celebrity Get Me Out of Here was that all the beautiful women, and there were many on mine, you had Daniela Westbrook, you had Catalina, you had... there was quite a few others, but they were all beautiful. They all got helped when they needed the gunge washed off them. With me, I walked into the camp and everyone parted like the great waves. It was, no, we're not coming anywhere near you. You smell.
But you got 5 stars, didn't you?
I did really well.
Yeah, you did. Well, we loved it.
Another thing, I went into the jungle weighing about 7 stone 10 pounds, and I came out weighing 7 stone.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Well, it was a fabulous diet.
Fabulous diet. Straight to the Versace hotel afterwards, though.
Yes.
That's the reward. That's the reward. Now, your next song, Brave New World, just brilliant. Talk us through the memories for this.
This is produced by Steve Lillywhite, who was married to Kirsty MacColl. And Steve Lillywhite then went on to produce U2. I'm very, very proud of this song, and it's off an album called The Changeling from 1992, which is about to be re-released at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. It's a very mature album for me, and this single is a very mature single. And the video has won awards around the world. It was a groundbreaking video. It was one of the most expensive videos to be made at the time, with £32,000. But to put that into perspective, I think 3 years later, Michael Jackson made Captain EO for the Epcot Centre for $10 million. So that shows the journey of video. This was the beginning of video, the beginning of MTV. MTV had only been launched in August of 81.
Yeah.
So it was ascending, but I'm really, really proud of this.
Yeah, I love the video to this one. From 1982, here is Brave New World. Now, Toyah, we have got a quick fire 80s quiz for you.
Oh, good.
She's ready to go. Okay, so favourite TV show from the 80s?
Young Ones.
Ah, good choice. Thing you wish you could bring back from the 80s?
There's 2 things. JR of Dallas or the Rah-Rah skirt.
Oh, yes. Yes, I like that. Best outfit from the 80s? That's going to be hard for you because I'm pretty sure you've got an amazing wardrobe.
Yes, my designer, she was called Melissa Kaplan. She made everything by hand, but she made me a dress that was actually a Japanese samurai outfit. So it was a samurai armour, but made in cotton, which she painted. It was utterly beautiful. I still have it, and I still love wearing it.
Oh, we love that. Favourite hairdo from the 80s? Again, I mean, how can we decide this?
You've just seen it, Brave New World.
Yes.
The pink and orange hair standing up. For me, I nailed that one.
You did. I just haven't got the confidence to dye my hair. I wish I could because it makes you feel so different, doesn't it, when you dye your hair?
You look beautiful. You don't need to dye anything.
Okay, I'll say it like this. And best thing a fan sent you from the 80s?
I've got it here.
Oh.
This arrived. I'm going to bring it up close. Hidden in a book from a palace in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
It was a princess. She was a huge Toyah fan and obviously summered in the UK, in London, the way the Saudi royals do for 6 months. And she sent me a book, and I opened the book, and it was hollowed out, and in it was a necklace and this ring.
Oh, how beautiful.
And she said, I'm not allowed to follow music, but I absolutely love you.
Oh.
And that was about 1984.
God, just
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh, how lovely.
So I treasure that.
Yes, I bet you do. Well, your next song, It's a Mystery. Yes, my favourite. This is your first appearance on Top of the Pops. It was an instant hit, wasn't it?
And, you know, it was a hit because of a very lucky mistake.
Oh.
Melissa wasn't ready. Melissa Kaplan, my costume designer, wasn't ready with the outfit I was going to wear. And
Right.
if that outfit was ready, I'd have been leaping round the stage the way I normally do. So I wore instead a beautiful dress by a designer, a male designer called Brown. I can't remember his first name now, but he did all of Bowie's clothes for the Heroes album. And I just looked demure and beautiful. And there I was, terrified, on the set, Top of the Pops, singing It's a Mystery, and just keeping still because I was in a dress and didn't know how to wear the dress, because I never wore dresses. And that, I think, was the winning factor, was that for the first and only time in my life I was really feminine, was because of that dress, and it gave me a hit.
Well, it did give you a huge hit. Here it is from 1981. It's a Mystery. Oh, Toyah, I could talk to you all day. It's gone really quick.
It does go so quickly, doesn't it, Hayley, when you're having fun?
Yeah, we're having lots of fun tonight's show. Now let's talk about new projects, because I know you've got a little bit of inside information for us, haven't you?
Yes, we're doing a rewind tour, and it's going to be a drive-in tour. So I can tell you the dates. The 28th is Bolton Arena. Then we've got on the 29th of August, this is August, not July, is Newmark Racecourse. And then the 30th of August is Cuffley Farm, which I believe is in Kent. Now, if those go well, we're going to carry on through September. And that's drive-in, and they've managed to organise it that people can get out their cars and dance, which is quite a new concept, because before, previously you had to stay in your cars, which is very unappealing. So that's Rewind.
That is such exciting news. I'm delighted, because obviously everyone has had things cancelled, but it does look like things are kind of coming back and things are being rescheduled. So brilliant news.
Excuse the pun, but it's a brave new world. And there's a lot of us out there who are just willing to perform. And also, I've got a movie coming out, To Be Someone, which is nothing to do with quadrophenia, but it does star myself, Leslie Ash, Mark Wingert, Gary Shale, who happened to have been in quadrophenia. And it's a gangster movie, a gangster comedy. So that's due out as well. And another movie called Give Them Wings, which hopefully will make it out into the big world this year. At the moment, it's at the Venice Film Festival.
Great stuff, and we will definitely keep our eyes open for that. We're going to leave you with a sensational, of course, because Toyah has been sensational on today's show. But Toyah Wilcox, thank you so much for your time and your energy. You're an inspiration to us all. It's Toyah Wilcox, everyone.
Yay, it's a pleasure.
Oh, we've now come to the end of the show, but a huge thank you to the brilliant Toyah. How fantastic was she, and just great to hear all of her songs as well. And a great big thank you to you guys at home. Just always brilliant to have your support. And remember, I love hearing from you. Please do get in contact. Details are on the screen. I'm Hayley Palmer. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will definitely see you this time next week. Stay safe, and I'll see you then.